If you're not happy with the contents of a CAFCASS report, a complaint is not the right way to go about it.
Interesting. Tell me more. Tell me more.
If you're looking to get a great result in the family courts for your kids. Let me tell you why.
Yes, please do. Tell me why. Tell me why. Yes, yes.
CAFCASS reports are put together by a CAFCASS officer.
Oh, CAFCASS reports are written by CAFCASS officers. I had no idea. Next you're going to tell me Nando's sells chicken.
If it's a Section 8 report, it can be a social worker. It's exactly the same for the purposes of what I'm saying now.
Sure? Are you sure? Because I mean, a social worker is not actually a CAFCASS officer, is it? One works for the court, one works for the local authority. So are you sure about that? Are you right there?
When it comes to a court case,
Well, geez, I don't know. In a court?
the author of the report should be available for cross-examination. This means if you're not happy with a CAFCASS report, or even if you are, you'll get an opportunity to cross-examine the author of the CAFCASS report. In most cases, it doesn't happen all the time. I'll address that a little bit further down the line. What does this mean for you?
Question, what does this mean for me?
It means that when you get the report, and when there's a trial, which perhaps will be a final hearing.
Well, right, okay, which perhaps might be a final hearing. Okay, tell me more.
There should be an opportunity for you to ask questions of the author of the report.
Good, so I shouldn't complain because I will get the opportunity to ask questions to the CAFCASS officer who wrote the CAFCASS report, who is the author of the report. Okay, tell me more. What sort of questions should I ask?
Now, the questions are not there to find things out.
What did you say? Say that again.
Now, the questions are not there to find things out.
Now, the questions are not there to find things out.
So I'm asking questions to not find anything out. What am I asking questions for? I mean, are you sure you're okay, mate? Are you sure you're feeling all right? Do I have to lie down? What am I asking questions for? What is the point of the questions if I can't find anything out? Why do we ask questions? We ask questions to find things out. So why are we asking questions? You've lost me.
If you've got to your final hearing and there are things you don't know, you've left it way too late. The whole point of asking questions in cross-examination is to highlight pieces of evidence and arguments in court. So it might be that if you think that a CAFCASS report is inconsistent or self-contradictory.
You just heard the term self-contradictory on a podcast or something. I mean,
or it doesn't take into account aspects of the welfare checklist, for example, you can cross-examine the officer or the social worker.
So why would we cross-examine the officer if we're not going to try and find anything out, apart from the fact that they've missed something off the report? I mean, is that not contradictory to what you just said a moment ago?
There are a couple of circumstances where you won't be cross-examining the author of a report. One is that the author is not available.
No shit, Sherlock.
If the author of the report is not available for cross-examination because perhaps they're on holiday or they've left, it weakens the validity of the report itself.
It makes no difference because if the author of the report is not there, then they'll send somebody else, and somebody else will just back up and reconfirm what's been said, and then really, I've had many hearings where the social services or CAFCASS have been not there anymore, so they've sent someone else, and the other person's just smashed it home and confirmed everything they've said in the first place, which fix. In terms of weakening the validity of the report, no, I'm not buying that.
I have known in situations like this where there has been a fresh CAFCASS report.
With half a brain cell, if you're not happy with the fact that the original CAFCASS officer's not there and you're getting fucked around by CAFCASS, the first thing you're going to be asking the court to do is write a Section 7 addendum. Get the fresh CAFCASS officer to do a fresh report, so you get someone in the court who's actually going to be writing the report, and you've got some continuity and consistency. Basics, basics, basics.
Another reason that you perhaps won't be cross-examining the CAFCASS officer or the social worker is that your case is being dealt with on submissions. Now, on submissions is a way of dealing with things if someone is not represented or they don't know what the procedure is for a trial. When things are dealt with on submissions, the procedure is that you'll write a witness statement, the other party will write a witness statement, and the court will ask you questions and ask the other side questions. You won't get a chance to ask questions.
Because, okay, so he's got a point. He's touched on one point a little bit here. And there's more. If the judge thinks there are no factual disputes that require testing in all evidence, they'll say there's no need for cross-examination. If all you're doing is disagreeing with a recommendation but not producing any evidence to undermine it, they'll say it's not a matter of argument, it's a matter of fact-finding. Well, not a matter of fact-finding, sorry. There's others. So basically, you've got also, if you don't file a position statement scheduling the disagreements or rebuttals in any way, the judge may assume you're accepting the contents of the CAFCASS report, and even if you complain on the day, it could be too late. So, job done. The courts hate last-minute objections. If you stay silent until the final hearing, they won't suddenly let you start your trial on the spot. No, not going to work that way. The world doesn't revolve around you. So you've also got to think, if you don't ask the court via case management or a C2 application, if you miss the opportunity for the CAFCASS officer or social worker to attend for cross-examination, then they won't just magically appear. You have to formally ask, in some cases, the court to direct the attendance if you intend to challenge the report. People aren't mind readers, yeah? And also, because you're a litigant in person, the judge might want to help the situation, like he just said. But basically, I don't think it's a good idea to do that. It's because the court thinks you're not competent to try and run a trial. They can try and simplify it by handling it on submissions, i.e. each party gives a closing argument and the judge makes questions and asks stuff on that. It's supposed to be supportive, but in reality, it can rob you of the right to challenge any evidence. And because they could be rushing, yeah? There's the shortage of the backlog, pressure of delays, the shortage of judges means the court will avoid listing contested hearings unless they really have to. If the CAFCASS officer report, if the CAFCASS report is favourable to one and they think they've got everything they need, they'll push it to resolution without having to go to trial. So when do you get cross-examination? Only if you dispute the facts in the report or you file a clear rebuttal or a position statement. You request the officer attends, the judge thinks all evidence is necessary for a fair decision. The key takeaway from all of this, yeah, if you want to avoid a hearing being done on submissions, challenge the report in writing early. Use a schedule of disagreements. Request the CAFCASS officer attends before the hearing starts. Make sure that you dispute any points with clear facts and evidence if you've got it. Hopefully, I mean, that's what I think this bloke should have been saying, but I'm giving you the information now, better late than never.
If you've got a solicitor, often it will be dealt with on a trial.
I'll tell you what, he's a sharp cookie, this one.
If you represent yourself and you've got someone that knows what they're doing by your side...
Clearly not this guy, clearly not him.
Well, that can also happen as well. If you turn up to a court hearing on your own, chances are the court's going to try and help you out.
If you turn up to court by yourself, the likelihood is you're going to get turfed over. Always have a McKenzie friend with you at the very minimum. They don't even have to know what they're doing. They just have to sit next to you and take notes. But you do not want to go into court by yourself, especially if they've got a solicitor, because they'll railroad you.
Thinking that you're the clueless litigant in person, not knowing what the procedures of the court are.
This is the most confident this guy's been speaking all for all of his video. Maybe he's speaking from experience.
And it's going to deal with the matter on submissions. So look.
Wait, mate, what were we talking about again?
Depends what you want to achieve. Putting in a complaint to CAFCASS. That was it. Complaint, don't complain, that was it. I remember now. Thank you. Who investigate themselves, by the way.
Wait, say that again.
Who investigate themselves, by the way.
That's like saying, don't go to your GP. They work for big paracetamol. The Parliamentary Health and Service Ombudsman is literally not part of CAFCASS. They're about as connected as that guy is with reality.
The Ombudsman is an utter waste of time.
Oh, this guy. It's a gift that keeps on giving. It's like saying that the only way you can challenge your ex is by a bare-knuckle boxing fight. He's got a point there. Oh, gosh. So fucking hell funny. Ombudsman, yeah, it's pointless complaining to anyone. Yeah, to be honest, it's pointless complaining to anyone, but,
Neither of those have got the power to turn over court orders.
Are you literally telling me now? Are you telling me that you've literally gone to the Ombudsman? You say that, but, like, what planet are you on? I mean, that's what you're telling me. You're telling me that you've literally complained to the Ombudsman to get the Ombudsman to turn over a court order, and the Ombudsman said no. Well, I'll be damned.
Chances are, if they investigate it, your case will be shut by the time they come to a conclusion.
The only place that you can get a court order turned over is in a court. Not CAFCASS, not a social worker, it's in a court. Just a judge, not the Ombudsman, or social worker, or CAFCASS.
There's one avenue for dealing with CAFCASS reports that you don't like, whether that's because you think they're wrong, biased, or anything else.
I'm literally on the edge of my seat now. Tell me how. Tell me.
And that is in court itself.
You're fucking killing me.
Judge. The judge is the one who can change, can make court orders.
I doff my cap. I never. If you stick your hand in fire, it's going to get burnt.
If it turns out there's an appeal, court is a place that can turn over court orders on appeal.
There's nothing like fucking stating the obvious, is there? Jesus Christ. People pay this guy some money. They pay him money.
CAFCASS itself, Ombudsman. I hope this helps.
You hope this helps? I hope you got okay. I hope you're okay in your court case. I hope you're recovering okay. I hope you're not helping people. And if you are, you're doing it for free because, Jesus Christ. Bloody hell.